Enjoy Search for Tomorrow on the CBS television network.
You're watching Game Show Network.
It's time to beat the clock. Lights of Broadway, sights of Broadway, sounds of Broadway all around. And there above shines the name Sylvania, pioneering light, sight, and sound. Finer products, better products, tested quality. Made for you by Sylvania, pioneer for half a century. Beat the clock, brought by Sylvania. Beat the clock to entertain you. It's time to play Beat the Clock.
Now here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Carter. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you can have the time of your life playing against time for big-time prizes. Now, if you come over here with me, we'll meet again. Our holdover contestants from last week, it was Mr. and Mrs. Cadu. Am I right?
Right.
How are you, Miss Cadu? Welcome back.
Thank you.
Mr. Cadu, nice to have you back, too. May I have your card, please? Now, let's see. You're a student, and you just married about 3 months, as I recall.
Right.
You had beaten our $100 clock and our $200 clock, and we're about to try for the jackpot clock when time ran out. Now, of course, the bonus bell may ring even while you're up here. When that bonus, which is worth $700 tonight, that bell rings, whoever's at our microphones at that time, they're the ones that get a chance to try it. Now, we'll find out what your jackpot clock is in...
Hello.
So right, Bill. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Edmund Cadu, Mount Vernon, New York. Mr. Cadu, you can't help your wife win the jackpot in any way, shape, or form. You just got to stand by and hold good thoughts for her, if you will. Step down over there, and Mrs. Cadu, you take a position at the far end down there. I'll tell you when you get up on the platform. I'll explain to you, as I do to everybody, that in back of this curtain is our famous jackpot board. On it are all of the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all held there by magnetism. You can move them around, and you have to move them around because they're all out of order. You move them around until they're in order and spell out the famous saying or quotation that we're after in 20 seconds from the time I say go. You got butterflies in your stomach? Well, don't let them fly you away. Okay, do you understand? All right, open the curtain. Step up on the platform. Go. Stop the clock. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. You're right, and you beat my jackpot clock. Go back in here. For a minute there, I didn't think you were going to either. You kind of baffled look at the thing, didn't know whether you knew it or not. Sometimes when you see them all in front of you like that, you can't quite spot them. Well, you did it. You came back. It was worth coming back for. You've beaten our jackpot clock. Let's see what you've won. Just take a look over here.
Isn't that beautiful?
Mr. and Mrs. Cadu, you've just won the sensational new 1953 Sylvania television set with big 21-inch screen. The beautiful new Sylvania Montclair. Model 177M has new, better-than-ever halo light, the soft, cool frame of light that's kinder to your eyes, and the all-powerful distant fringe area Stratopower 508 chassis with 32 performance. This beautiful cabinet is fashioned with genuine hand-rubbed mahogany inlay doors. No matter where you live, you can now receive all VHF and UHF channels with the exclusive Sylvania Ultra Power Tuner, the world's most precise all-channel tuner. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Cadu. You have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize. My congratulations to you, too. Hope you enjoy your stay. Good night. Now, Stan, who are our next contestants? Well, look what we have here.
Bud, I'd like you to meet Pat and Chip Larson and Mr. and Mrs. Larson.
Well, hi, Larson family. How are you? You're Pat, are you?
Yeah.
How are you, Pat? Come over here.
Fine.
Well, that's good. How old are you?
8.
I have a Pat, too, you know. She's older than you are, though. She's over 14 now. She's going on 15. And your name is what? Come on out here, Chipper. How are you?
Fine.
How old are you?
6.
Well, it's nice to have you here. You can help Mommy and Daddy now by holding good thoughts for them. As a matter of fact, we have a little gift for you, Pat. We have something special here tonight. Let me get her out of the box here. Come out here, Pat. Look at this. This is a Roxanne doll. You see, it's made to look like Roxanne when she was a little girl. She's taller than that now, but her hair is just like Roxanne. She's got a lovely dress on that has Roxanne's name on, and you get a letter from Roxanne along with every one of these. These can be bought now at all the toy stores and department stores all over the country, but you are getting the first Roxanne doll. This is the very first one, so you take good care of her, will you, honey? Okay. You're welcome. Mr. Larson of Washington, D.C., you're with the Navy Department?
Right.
What do you do with the Navy Department?
I'm with the Office of the Assistant Secretary in electronics.
Are you? Boy, that's an important position. Well, happy family, let's see what we have for you now. And the first problem is for you. I suggest that you take your coat off and hang it on that little hook that we have there for you. If you don't mind, you'll see why in just a minute. All right, would you come over here with me, Mr. Larson? The rest of the family can stand back there and just kind of root you along. Step right over here, if you will, and face the audience. Now, Madeline and Betty have an assortment of balloons. Will you take them for you? You can't hold them by the little valve. You have to hold them just any way you can that way. There's 3 of them, see? 3 balloons. Whoop, don't let them go now, boy. Got to hold them?
Got it.
Good. Well, you wait and see what he has. He's got to have some fun now. You watch this. Now, do you see that pair of trousers on the floor in front of you? Okay. When I say go, all you have to do is to get those trousers on you without at any time dropping any of the balloons. If one of the balloons gets away from you, you can go chase it. But if any one of them hits the floor at any time, we have to stop where we are, take the trousers off, put them back again, and start all over. So don't waste any seconds, boy. Take a look over your shoulder and see how many seconds you have. 55 seconds to get those pants on. Are you ready, boy?
Right.
Go. You can take that back along with you and say that's the balloon Daddy held while he puts his pants on every morning. All right. The bonus! Hey, it's there tonight. This is for you, Mr. and Mrs. Larson. You have to work together on this. The bonus is worth $700 in cash tonight, and it's purely a bonus. You still go on to the next clock, whether you win or whether you lose on it. So don't worry about it. Bring out the bonus, girls. The bonus girls? Oh, they're the bonus girls. That's right. Mrs. Larson, come on over here, will you, with me? Thank you very much, Madeline. Oh, that's why you bring the table out, I see. All right, Mrs. Larson, if you'll step right about here and kind of face just about the way I'm facing now, see? Now, a little more over, no, sort of face to your left a little bit. That's it, like that. Now, do you take hold of this fishing pole? You must hold it with both hands by the handle. You can't hold it up on the shaft here anywhere at all. That's right. You hold it by that, and I advise you to hold it a little bit higher. Just about like that. Because your problem, Mr. Larson, is simply this. If you watched the show, you may have seen it. Using only one hand and standing about in this relative position to your wife, you are to finally wind up with this little saucer sitting on top of this little metal piece on top of the stick like that. You do that, we'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. And let's take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. 45 seconds, as always, on our bonus, worth $700. Are you ready? Go. Just not to move. Just hold perfectly still. Don't try to help. It's not budging. It's just that it bounces like that. Oh, I don't want to start to fight. Steady. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Got up there and fell right off. Golly, I'll tell you what. All right, now. Rules of the game, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do since it was that close. We're going to put the clock back to 30 seconds and give you a fresh start from there. You know about how it was done. Okay. That was too close for comfort, believe me, in that last second. Now, wait a minute. Don't start till I say go. Give plenty to get it all. Stop it from moving around. Now, you know about how you did it? Okay, you ready? Go. I said that. I was too close in that last minute. Okay, because that was just too close for comfort, that first one. Well, what do you think now? Hey, how do you feel about that now, huh?
Fine.
Fine, you feel all right about it. He was yelling over here, do it.
Good.
You think he's a good? I think he's a good, too. Well, folks, that means that you've beaten the $100 clock. You just got $700 in cash, and you still go on to the $200 clock. That's coming up next, and this involves a little participation between the two of you. Will you both come over here with me? Now, if you'll step over this side of the... What do you say, Miss Larson? I'm hot after that. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's worth $700 to get hot for, isn't it? Okay, now I want you to notice that here are two paper cups on a little card table, you see? Now, these paper cups are lying down on their sides. What I want you to do is get these two paper cups standing either like this, like this, like this, or like that. I don't care, as long as they're both up on one end or the other. Do you understand? Both of them. Now, the only thing is you have a special way of doing it. You are to squat down opposite each other, this table, hold the table with one hand to steady it, and with your other hand, either the flat of your hand, the tips of your fingers, or your fist, I don't care which, you do this until the cups stand upright. You see, you just keep, see, like that, see? Get the other one up right there. Both of them up. And take a look at our clock and see how many seconds. 55 seconds at the time I say go. Are you ready? Go. What I was trying to get you to do, you see, was to hit at the back end of the cup. Because if you hit kind of back there, you see, they're more apt to come up and land on the, you know, the open part, and they're a little steadier that way. Okay, well, that still is all right because, folks... Yes, he got the bonus, and that's all he was worried about. Kid says you may get a lot of presents. Take the cash, Pop. Take the cash. All right. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Larson, you beat the $100 clock, and you beat our bonus. Now, don't forget that bonus means that you get a check mailed to you for $700. And let's see what you won now on the $100 clock.
2 luxurious universal electric blankets with dual controls, complete with a lovely moth-proof chest for year-round blanket storage, which doubles as a hassock. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Larson. You've just won Beat the Clock prizes worth more than $100.
My congratulations to you, too, sir. You're a real good contestant. You helped plenty. Very good. Good night. Night, kids. Roxanne, who are our next contestants?
We have Mr. and Mrs. Frank Bates from West Lafayette, Indiana.
Thank you very much. Hi, Miss Bates. How are you? Nice to have you here. Frank, nice to welcome you, too.
How do you do?
West Lafayette, Indiana. You're a student. You've been married 3 years. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Well, now, we're going to find out what your problem is in the $100 clock. Okay, now we have our contestants all dolled up and ready to go. Here, if you both come over here with me, I'll show you right away what your problem is on the $100 clock. Now, here is a little baby's playpen, you see? I'm going to ask you, if you will, Miss Bates, to step and sit down in this corner. And Mr. Bates, if you'll step over there and sit down in that corner. That's the idea. Just have a seat right there. Now, we're taking you both back to your childhood, you see? But I think there's really something missing from this picture, so let's add a little something to it, shall we, girls? All right, now while the girls are getting you all dolled up in your little dolly hats over there, would you take a look across stage there and see the 2 nursing bottles? Do you see them over there? Well, now the problem is, Mama has gone out of the room and you're hungry. It's time for your formula, and she's not there. She can't hear you. And you can't get out of the playpen. You can't touch the floor outside the playpen at any time. But just by maneuvering with your bodies in any way, get this playpen over there so that each of you can reach out and pick up 1 bottle. Do you understand the problem? Take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You can't stand up, but you can get on your knees, or you can sit up straighter, anything you want without standing up and without touching the floor outside. Okay, 45 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Roxanne, come on out and take a picture of that with one of those Sylvania Super Flash bulbs. Blue dot for sure shot. So we can have a little record of it for our archives, if you don't mind. Now you can take off your little bonnets and leave the nursing bottles in there, unless you're hungry or want to drink them. That's entirely up to you. Take the bonnets out and just step right on out of the playpen, if you will, as soon as you're ready. Miss Bates, let me give you a hand. I'll help you out here. There you go. Just drop the bonnet right back in the playpen. Now, the next stop is right over this way, and it's a little pastry kitchen idea we had. We thought you might like to try in your own home. So if you come right along over here with me, let's bring out our pastry kitchen. Move. There we are. Okay. Now, this is for the $200 clock, Mr. Bates, so if you'll step up back here. You are the supervisor of this little pastry kitchen, and Madeline has a shower cap for you just in case it happens to shower while you're watching the pastry kitchen. And you just have a seat, if you will, on that little stool or box we have down there for you. And you rest your chin on this little chin rest because you're the inspector here. You have to watch everything and direct your wife because we have here what we call a little cherry tart, you see? It's rather a large cherry in there. All you have to do is to cover that cherry with whipped cream, Miss Bates. That's your problem. Now, the whipped cream is in this little container up here, and if you'll step right about over here, right about there, that's the idea. Anytime you pull this string, that whipped cream will squirt out of there into the cup. Now, you see, your husband is going to tell you whether to move it forward or back or to the right or the left until that little cherry is all covered up with whipped cream in there. Now, why is he going to have to direct you? I'll tell you why. We're going to put a blindfold on you. All around. That's the idea. Wait, we've got a caught in the bobby pin up here. There we go. Okay, can't see anything? All set. Now, I'll take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 40 seconds. Now, Frank, all I can tell you is you watch that little nozzle up there and you tell her when to pull on that string, okay? Maybe you haven't got much time. 40 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this isn't working here. Hold it. We'll get a reload here. This one isn't working. Stop the clock a minute here. Can't have that in our pastry kitchen here. Come on, girls. Have you had a dog? There we are. Take it away. Give her the next one. Don't peek out from under the blindfold there. Here's your next one. I'll help you get it hooked on there. Come on, Betty. Don't be nervous. There we are. Okay. You ready again? Go. The man who was a glutton for punishment. He didn't care whether it got in his face or not, as long as some of it got in the cup. All right, Miss Bates, you've moved your way up now. You've gone through the $200 clock, and that qualifies you to try for our jackpot clock. So if you'll step down right over there, I'll tell you when to get up on the platform. Back of this curtain is our famous magnetic jackpot board. On it are all of the words of a famous saying or quotation. They're all held there by magnetism, but they're all out of order. Now, you've got to get them back in order, so they read from left to right the saying or quotation we're after in 20 seconds from the time I say go. Do you understand? Okay, open the curtain, step up on the platform, go. Okay, stop the clock at the last second. All right. Now, that means you've beaten the jackpot clock, so let's see what you've won. Just take a look over here.
Mr. and Mrs. Bates, your prize is one of the most distinctive TV sets in all America. Sylvania's exquisite console, Montclair, with genuine hand-rubbed mahogany inlay doors. Large 21-inch movie-clear television with surrounding halo light for the greatest viewing comfort in all television. Available with built-in all-channel UHF, VHF reception, the Montclair is outstanding in performance and design. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Bates. You've just won Sylvania's jackpot prize.
Well, Roxanne, who are our next contestants? Boy, I got you running around here tonight, haven't I? Huh?
But we have Mr. and Mrs. William Panasaw from Hammond, right, Indiana? And they're celebrating second wedding anniversary.
Second wedding anniversary. May I add my congratulations?
Thank you.
Many happy returns. Do you have any children?
Not
No.
yet.
Not yet. All right. Where are you stationed, Bill?
Fort Monmouth,
Oh, you're not, how long have you been in the service?
7 months now.
We have a group in the audience tonight from the 834th Ordnance Base Depot Company. They served for 2 years in the Pacific, in Hawaii, and on Saipan. A group of them in our audience tonight. I think they deserve a hand, don't you? Welcome to you. Nice to have you here.
This house.
Hey, Bill. All right, now, another bill. Your wife is going to start out on this one. So on the $100 clock, Mrs. Pariseau, is that right? Paniseau. Step right over here, if you will. Thank you very much, Madeline. Here is a little zipper briefcase, you know. Zips all the way around like that, you see? And closes up the same way. Now, your problem is simply this. You're going to take this by one finger and a thumb, like that. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
All right, then your right hand. And when I say go, you ought to start that out swinging perfectly free. You may not touch it with your other hand. You may not touch it to the ground or touch it against any part of your body. Get it folded up again and zipped up. You can't roll this up on your hand like that. You can't roll it up on the one finger. You've got to leave it extended like that and get the entire briefcase zipped up in how many seconds? Let's take a look and see. 55 seconds. Now take it just like that with the one, that's it, one finger through and hold it with your thumb. Hold it like that. That's it. That's it. Close it up and zip it up. Now don't touch it with the other hand. At any time, you cannot touch it with the other hand. Do you understand the problem?
No.
You don't understand it. All right, your problem is simply this. You've got to get this folded back like that and zipped up like that, using only the one hand at all times. You understand? Okay, take it through the finger there again. We'd open it up. No, can't roll it around your finger. That's what I said. You got to hold it extended like that. It's untwisted for you. Are you ready? Go. Special one for you now that should be lots of fun. And this is something you can have a lot of fun with playing at home or anything else you want. So if you'll both step over here, just about right here, and girls, bring over the jackets. Will you have a jacket for you to put on? We have a bed jacket for you. That's the idea. Okay, fine. Now, if you both step over here with me. Thanks, Betty. Thanks, Madeline. Right here. Stand right here. Here's a long paper bag. Stand right there, if you will. When I say go, I want you to get down on your hands and knees, crawl into that paper bag all the way to the end, turn around, and come out again. But you must come out at the same time. You must go in at the same time. Yes, and come out at the same time. Take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have. 45 seconds. Oh, and I forgot to say, when you're at the other end of the bag, which I can see because there's a hole there, you've got to change jackets. Take your shoes off quick so you don't kick him when you get in there. Okay, don't you kick her either. Oh, you go at the same time. Oh, wait a minute. Our time has run out. What a time to be saved by the buzzer. Now, I have a question to ask you. Can you come back next week?
Yes, we'll be back.
You'll be back next week, and you can, I'm sure you can get one of these bags in any grocery store. Practice at home. Okay, we'll see you next week then. This is Bud Collier speaking for Sylvania, hoping that next time may be your time to beat the clock. Good night, everybody.
This has been a Mark Fritz and Bill Todman production. Produced in association with the CBS Television Network. Roxanne's Gown, a Paul Parnes original. This is Vern Bennett reminding you to tune in every week at the same time for Beat the Clock.
Danger, peril, romance. You never
never know what to expect during the Game Show Network Action Hour. First, you'll risk life and limb on Beat the Clock. Then, pantomime your way to fortune on Body Language. Man against man, woman against man, man and woman against the inflatable circus clowns. The action never ends on the Game Show Network Action Hour. Saturday at 4 on Game Show Network.